Good evening. Ha ha ha. Nice to see you back, everybody. Hello, and welcome to The Fate of Two Lords. This is my sequel campaign to The Curse of Strahd. A long time ago, a couple years ago, not that long ago, I guess, but I thought to myself, what would happen 25 years after our Curse of Strahd campaign? And this is what I came up with, so I hope you enjoy. I'm so excited. I'm joined today with my son and my best friends. Trev, who are you and who are you playing?
I am Trevor, and I am playing Hendrix. Hendrix is a rogue.
Very good. Let's just go down the line. AJ?
I'm AJ. I'm playing Nikolai, and Nikolai is a sorcerer.
Very good. And last but certainly not least, Jake.
I am playing Jahaka Morbane. I am a paladin. My name is Jacob, and I am Dragon Warforged.
Perfect. Well, boys, are you ready to unravel the fate of two lords? Trev, roll the intro. Trev, roll the intro.
Does it work?
No, click the fucking thing. Last time on D&D. Us as a group have found each other wandering in the Svalich woods, deep in the bowels of Barovia, deep in the dark forest. Fate, it seems, has brought us together this day. We have a human boy from Krezk, who used to be a guard, stumbled upon two other people that he has become companions with. One is a elf, half-elf, by the name of Nikolai Velikov, who is the son of a very important member of the town of Stonebridge Hollow. The next elf he found was one Andrew Brightsword, who claims to be from a different land, which is something rather unheard of in recent times. As you guys continued down the path, you found a carriage that was knocked over, and there was a giant piece of armor that seemed to have weighed down the carriage and actually broke it. After fixing it and conversing a little bit with the carriage rider, Aaron Marlowe, he actually hired you guys to, bring him back to Stonebridge Hollow. He told you he would pay you about 25 gold apiece, golden straws apiece, and this is where you started journeying with him. About an hour or two into the journey, you guys were almost robbed by bandits who you guys whooped their ass. And they literally, one of them got their head cut off, but we don't, that's a little much. And the other bandits were running away with their tails tucked between their legs, literally. I'm gonna fix my light. It's like hella bright on my face.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Listen to me.
Shiny boy.
We passed a rather abandoned-looking house that Aaron told you was Armin's house. Armin Gainsbury, another dusk elf that hails from Stonebridge Hollow. The bandits seem to have done something with this house, and as you guys went and investigated, you found a dead woman in the front room. She had 2 bite marks in her neck and was completely drained of blood. This woman had been laying there dead, presumably for the last few days. Hendrix and Jahaka went to investigate farther into the old house and found some kind of shadow in one of the back rooms. Once the door was opened, the shadow seemed to crawl along the ceiling and slipped out before any of you guys could react. And this thing moved faster than anything you've ever seen. After you guys left the house, you burned it to the ground because you don't want to deal with that, and continued on further down the path. It was getting dark at this point, so you decided to build a campfire and kind of take a rest, as you guys would not make it to Stonebridge by nightfall. As you guys are building a bonfire, thanks to Nikolai's spell that made the whole endeavor way shorter than it needed to be, or you know what I mean. Some other people walked upon you whilst you were getting ready for camp. These 3 people came to you pleading for help, as apparently they had just had the rest of their companions killed after mining this weird substance called Delerium. Delerium is this purple crystal that fetches high value, but apparently if you mishandle it, it will kill you and turn you into a pustule, pimple-ridden disaster. That can obviously kill you. You guys all went to sleep, and a few hours in, Jahaka was keeping watch when there was a man with the 3 people who was in a robe and had a broken arm and was covered in these pustules, these leaky pustules. His arm was broken and was barely clinging on to consciousness. A few hours into Jahaka's watch, the man in the robes sat up, startled. Where am I? Delerium! Where? And he started rifling through the bag that they brought along with them. Eventually he pulled out a hand-sized crystal that is no bigger than a kitchen knife. And once he pulled this out of the bag, his shoulders relaxed, he stopped shivering, and he simply laid down and went back to sleep. And that is where we begin today's session. Jahaka, as you're sitting here staring at whatever just happened, do you do anything?
I pay attention to see the crystal in his hand. Do I notice anything about it? Like, is it emanating energy? Is it glowing? Is it trying to affect his body in his hand while he sleeps? Am I noticing any of this?
Currently, he's actually facing away from you. His back is towards you, so you can't clearly see the crystal in his hand at the moment.
I stroll around to get a better angle so I can see him, as I'm still keeping an eye on the rest of us around me.
As you slowly make your way over, again, he's starting to shiver. It looks like he has a cold or just a chill. And as you get a little bit closer, you can tell that he's whispering to himself.
What do I hear him say?
He's whispering nonsense. I told you. I told you. It was so... Live. Tentacle. Monster. Oh. And he sits up. Who are you?
I'm the one who healed you when your friends brought you here. You were near death. You're still very much hurt.
I don't feel good. I think I'm gonna puke. And he sits up, and you can clearly see him grasping at his throat. He still holds the purple crystal in his hand, and he just leans over and just spews, and immediately just this awful sense of smell of bile just emanates all over you, Jahaka. Water. Water.
I look around for any water I can give him around our group.
I would say that Nikolai probably has some water on his pouch. Hendrix?
Yeah, I should have a canteen.
Hendrix, at this point, you are kind of in a half sleep. You hear him say, water! Water! And that kind of wakes you up. Jahaka, what do you do when you have this thought that Nikolai probably has some water on him?
I try and go grab it.
Nikolai, momentarily you feel something grasping at your waist.
Nikolai wakes up and slaps at whatever slaps at his waist, only to hit the heavily armored arm of Jahaka. I think I broke a finger. What's the matter with you?
Our guest needs some water, the one who is injured. It appears he has more hidden than the others let on. He appears to have one of the crystals that they were hunting. And now, other than speaking nonsense, he is in a delirium and requires some water from the delirium.
Have some water, then. I hand it my canteen.
And I take it to the guest.
Hendrix, as you kind of sit upright, you look over and Jahaka is reaching down and handing the man Rikard. You guys know his name is Rikard. The water skin, and he takes it with shaking hands and he drinks it. Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome, my friend. You seem to be feeling slightly better than you were when you arrived.
I don't even remember getting here.
Well, your friends were kind enough to seek out shelter when they I don't believe they told us exactly what happened, but you seemed quite injured or ill?
He begins rubbing at his eyes heavily, and he lifts up his eyes. And he looks down at his left arm. It's just broken, like right here, right at his arm, and it's just hanging there loosely. And then he starts scratching his face, and he's just like leaving these awful red marks, it rakes across his swollen face. And a pustule, he must have ripped it with his fingernail as blood begins pooling down his face.
Oh, Lord.
And he grabs the water bottle again and just downs it and hands it back to you, Jahaka. My head is pounding. Where's Endor?
Hendrix, wake Endor.
Which one's Endor?
Endor is the rogue-looking guy. He has
sorry.
Yeah.
I nudge him in the side.
What? Is everything okay? No, Rikard! What did you do to him?
Dang, he started scratching at his face and busted something.
Do you know what a pustule is?
Like a zit.
Yeah, it's a nasty, gnarly zit. Okay. Ah, okay. Sorry, it was just a reaction. I'm sorry. Rikard, Rikard, it's me, buddy. I'm here. What's wrong with you? My head. My arm, it's broken. Yeah, you broke it when we grabbed all of the delirium. Delirium? What delirium? And it's at this moment you guys can clearly see in his left hand he's still holding the small purple crystal.
Is the hand that's broken?
Yeah.
So he's got it like gripped in his hand. He's wiggling his broken arm around. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like latched on. Like it looks like your guys are like looking at it right now, and you can like he is locked on to that crystal.
Lock grip.
What is this delirium?
I'm sorry. And Rikard stands up and he runs off, and you just hear splashing of his vomit. Andor kind of stands up and brushes himself
come
off.
back! You're clearly not well.
He's not far. He's like just on the other side of your guys' little. He's not far at all.
Rikard, you must lay down and rest. You're in no condition to be up and about.
Splash. Well, my friends, delirium is. It's weird stuff. It's weird stuff. I take it since you haven't heard of delirium, you've not heard of the haze?
What haze is this?
I thought not. It appeared similarly with the delirium crystals. It's like they grew out of the ground. They showed up a month, maybe 2 ago, and
You see Nikolai recoil a little bit at that. A month or 2 ago, you say?
yeah, it's a very strange stuff. It behaves just like a crystal. It is hard to the touch, very sharp sometimes if you get a good break, but it's kind of like a mushroom in a way, I guess. It grows. It moves. It has spores. It's very strange stuff, but we heard it from a guy back in Vallaki, and he told us if we could get our hands on it and bring it back to him, that he would pay us very, very well. And this is a man who's made of strads, and well, he told us in the thousands. It depends on the piece. We found a massive cluster. It's bigger. It's as big as your carriage. We would have been rich if we would have got all of that. But when we tried pulling it out, it like, instead of rolling this way, it like hopped out and fell on some of my friends, and they were squashed. Rikard was also helping, and he got his arm stuck in there, and me and Von Graff, we immediately ripped his arm out. It shredded his arm, but he's still alive. He immediately started growing pustules on his face and vomiting, and we knew we had to get out of there. The crystal, it like burns you if you don't handle it correctly. You can't touch it with your bare skin.
And none of the other 2 of you touched it? None of your other men?
Me and Von Graff were more of this in the supervisor role, I guess you could say, huh? What are you getting on about? At this point, Von Graff finally kind of sits up. Are you divulging all our secrets, Endor? Oh. It's impossible to get any kind of wink out here in the Svalich Woods. I was just telling them what we were doing back in the woods. Rikard, he's not doing good, Von Graff.
Your friend is quite distressed. Is there any way you could assist us?
He's contaminated.
So what? That's it then? You have nothing?
Because all of this delirium shit is so new, the only thing I can think of is to bring him back to Shaman Brushin, and maybe he can work his magic on him.
Where is this shaman?
He's the shaman of Vallaki.
Vallaki is far from here, right?
Yeah, pretty far. A good 25, 30 miles.
You're sure that there's no one who could help him in Stonebridge? It's much closer.
Yeah, I've heard. Stonebridge is nothing but a bunch of mindless apes wandering around and pretending that they're people. So I don't really trust any of them down there. He says that like genuinely serious.
I'm from Stonebridge.
What? I thought that's where the soulless lived. You're clearly not soulless.
What Hendrix and you know that Stonebridge is
Things have been a bit grim in town as of late, but I don't know about soulless.
I was born in Stonebridge, raised there since about a couple years ago.
Oh, well met, I guess. I don't know. The Velakoviches are very clear just to stay away from not only the village of Barovia, but Stonebridge Hollow. It's just a collection of soulless beings. It's what they say.
Stonebridge Hollow is one of the most active and alive place. I haven't seen a soulless there from when I was growing up. Not a single one. All of the people that want to stand up to this new rule of the world, they live in Stonebridge. Whatever you've heard is wrong.
Or maybe you were led to believe that they were with a soul. Maybe it was you who was tricked by the simple reality of this world.
It's a good thought there, Dragon Man. You can take your helmet off at least. Like, freaking.
There's a pause. You guys just see me look all at you when he says that. There's a pause. That's not gonna work.
Okay, suit yourself. I can't imagine you being very comfortable. But well, it's nice to meet you. But I don't know. I just feel comfortable going to Vallaki. As you can see, Rikard isn't doing very well, and right on cue, another splash.
Good lord, how much does the man eat? Surely his stomach must be empty by now.
Yeah, and yeah, he's dry heaving.
That crystal in his hand, it damages flesh and causes this illness, but it can be used for magic, weapons, and increasement. You say it grows upon and reacts to the flesh.
Hold on, what? In his hand? Oh no. And he like stands up and he runs over and he like reaches down and tries to grab onto his hand, but Rikard like, no, it's mine. Von Graff's like, Rikard, put that down. You're handling it with your bare hands. Are you insane, man? And he's like, leave me alone. And he just whips his arm and Von Graff goes flying across, the fire and lands on the other side. I said, leave me alone. He like wipes
Holy
his
shit.
face.
Enhanced strength from a broken arm. That crystal is devolving and mutating your friend. If we do not get it away from him, he may become something more than some of the most fearsome beasts in this land.
Rikard's like looking down at his crystal, and then he looks up at you. I'd like to see you try.
I healed you. If you continue to hold that crystal, regardless of we take it or not, it will kill you or leave you as something less than what you were. Is that what the fate you wish?
The only way to get out of here is to be rich. You gotta pay your way in Barovia. People like us, we're the scum of the earth. You think my life is good back in Vallaki? You think I'm out here in the forest looking for delirium because I have a great life? I don't care if I die. This is a risk worth taking. And you're not gonna take it from me. Do you understand me?
And this is the broken-armed Rikard saying all this, correct?
Yeah.
You won't have a life if this crystal continues to mutate you the way it has. You're attacking your friends. Your arm is broken, yet it seems to have developed enhanced strength to send him flying. The pus and wounds on your body have been sizzling and burning and breaking and reshaping. Soon there will be...
And he kind of starts walking. He just kind of gets some distance from you.
Do I notice anything else on him? Like, is he starting to mutate? Do I notice anything like that?
I would say as you kind of walking at him and looking at him, you can see that his veins are really starting to pop.
And I speak loud enough for the rest of the group to hear. This crystal, whatever, this delirium, before this night is through, your friend may no longer be human if he continues to feed off of the power of it. As I look at the man who just got sent across the fire onto the ground.
He's unconscious. When you look over at him, he's unconscious.
I look at the other one. Whatever you all found with this, there's no way it ends well.
His eyes are wide. Andor, please don't hurt him. His mind, it's the crystal. I swear to you. Rikard, enough of this. These people are helping us out. I don't care. They're trying to take my delirium. They're trying to take all our delirium.
No one is trying to take anything from you, friend. As your friend said, you have to be careful handling this substance. Handling it with your bare hands is injuring you, injuring your body, and it seems it may be injuring your mind.
I like it.
You must think of you must think not of your own life, but that of your companions as well.
As long as no one tries to grab this, no one's life's in jeopardy. Not even mine.
You see my eyes flash for a moment of the different colors it has before, between the gold and the green, like it normally does when I hear that threat. And you just hear a creak of the armor, nothing else, but then just my eyes flash. And that's all.
Stop.
I'm just gonna slowly walk toward him while I'm saying these things and trying to convince him that he needs to settle down.
Roll a persuasion.
Oh.
Sorry, 1 second. Should have had my character sheet open already.
Listen, all we have to do is everyone just relax. Let's just try to get some good night's sleep,
24.
and we can go. You see that he seems to let you approach, and as you approach again, he's kind of standing there, looking down. Shadows are casting all over him as you guys are standing by the campfire. He has his left arm is now pulsating. You can see his fist is clenched, and the veins, specifically from his hand, are extremely purple and like popping. And as they go up his arm, you can see that they recede. Like his veins in his hand are reacting to the crystal.
Rikard, you need to look at yourself. What is this crystal doing to you? Look at your hands.
He does. I see power. I see a future. That's what I see.
Does he seem like he's in control of what he's saying?
Roll insight.
Does he seem like he's about himself?
Hendrix, what are you doing?
Hendrix slow is like walking up
22.
behind Nikolai.
With the 22, I would say when you're looking at him speaking, his pupils are so dilated that his eyes look black.
Oh, goodness.
Don't get any closer. Everyone just go
I'm gonna try something
down.
stupid.
Everyone just go sit the fuck down.
No.
I'm gonna go to bed. AJ, what do you do?
I would like to use my telepathic speech to reach out to and connect to his mind.
Okay. What do you say?
And my friend, no one here intends you harm. But you need to put the crystal down, or you're not going to make it to morning.
You see his eyes shoot from side to side. Sweat begins to bead on his forehead. And have you ever yelled into a cave before? That is what it's like when you reach into his mind.
That's his response. Is just screaming.
No, that's what you hear when you connect to him. It's like you're talking to an open cave.
So I just hear like an echo and an empty
AJ,
an
in your
empty
mind,
vessel.
Yep, in your mind, Nikolai, you hear, it doesn't seem like anyone's there.
Who are you? Where's that voice?
Nikolai,
It's not Rikard's voice.
As you look around, you can see that Hendrix is mid-stride and frozen in time. You can see that Endor is like wiping his hair back and is in the middle of wiping his hair back. Jahaka is standing there and the flames are frozen in time.
About Rikard.
Everything, time is still.
What is this? This is me thinking it. Speaking telepathically, still. Right.
I've been waiting for you for a long, long time.
I'm gonna look at the crystal in his hand. Are you the crystal? Who are you?
Oh, you're so foolish. No, I'm not a crystal. And if you don't know who I am, then the time isn't right. Pity, really. I guess we'll speak soon. And with that,
What have you done to this man?
You hear a "Ooh," and time resumes. Jahaka, what are you doing?
I cautiously keep looking at the Rikard. What do I see from him right now?
He's just staring there, and his eyes are wide, and he's sweating profusely. Nikolai, you feel a little like warmth or like some wetness on your lips. It's very strange.
Wipe away.
It's blood. Your nose is bleeding.
What the hell? Nikolai doubles over and puts his hands on his knees for a moment. What is the matter with? And look at Endor. What have you done to this man?
What do you mean? Nothing.
His mind is shattered. An empty vessel.
Jake, you're fucking gum, dude. I can't keep a serious face. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's
sorry,
okay.
guys.
It was just making me laugh. Oh. Okay, serious. That's impossible. If I would have known this were to go down like this, Von Graff, Rikard, everyone else,
What?
I wouldn't have come. We told you. It's the crystal. It's the delirium. I get it now. It's that guy back in Vallaki. He knew this was going to happen. He knew how dangerous it was, and we were nothing more than his fetchers. Wow.
Who
What
was
man? What is his name?
I don't remember. I should have paid more attention, I guess. I was so happy to look forward to a different life. I guess. I don't know. But please don't hurt Rikard. You know what? We can just leave right now. How does that sound? We could just go right now and we can just forget all this happened, okay?
If you leave with that crystal in your friend's hand, you all may not survive the night. Your other friend is unconscious from the reaction that he did from trying to take away from him. What's to stop him from going into a rage and changing into something worse and ripping you both apart?
Endor kind of runs over and starts like helping out Von Graff and kind of shaking him, and you see him like rub his forehead and there's blood on his hand. Kind of wipes it on his chest.
Is he alive?
I think so. He's just hurt. He's not as young as he used to be. This Von Graff is like an uncle to me. You know. I hate to. I knew this was. I knew this was a shitty idea. It's too good to be true. Rikard, just put the crystal down and let's just go back home. Please, let's just forget all of this happened. I'm not putting anything down. If you want it, then come and get it.
What do I notice about his reaction?
If you take any steps closer, I will hurt you.
You see Hendrix unbuckle his sword from his belt.
Endor's like, please don't, guys. Seriously, stop.
He's nearly killed your friend already, and he threatens violence against the rest of us.
I only threaten violence because you will not leave me the hell alone. That's it.
You perform violence upon yourself by not putting the crystal down, Rikard.
I don't have... He looks down at it. I do have it.
Holy
Well, no. You know how hard I worked for this.
Hendrix takes out his broken katana and he also sets that on the ground.
Can't hear a word you just said.
Hendrix takes out his broken katana and sets it on the ground. Says, Rikard, there's nothing that we need to fight over. You just need to set the crystal down and walk away like a man.
Doesn't respond to you.
Don't make me take it from you.
I'd like to see you try.
Did we get enough of a rest to recharge spells or no?
Nope. I would say you guys have a short rest, because it's been a couple hours.
Okay.
I just straight up start saying, if you don't want to let the crystal go, at the very least, remove it from your flesh. As I toss over a piece of parchment that was on the ground, or just some kind of ripped cloth that from earlier. Keep the crystal in hand if you must, but at the very least, remove it from your flesh. If your mind stays the same from wanting to hold it once it's removed from your flesh, no one will touch you.
Roll persuasion.
But you need to... All right, I'm rolling. I think that's I'm having trouble getting on seeing my character sheet on roll 20, but I'm pretty sure it's a 2, so I rolled a 13 with my dice though, so maybe 15. For some reason my journal sheet's not coming up on roll 20 for some reason, but I did roll a 13 on the dice, so I think 15 maybe.
He looks down at the paper. Looks down at the crystal. Fine. Grabs the paper and is trying to... My hand. I can't open it. I can't open it! You can see, like, he has, like, a complete look of panic shoot across his face. I can open my hand!
What do you mean you can't open it?
It's stuck!
Jahaka, help him.
It's stuck!
Do you want me to help you? I ask him cautiously.
He doesn't respond. He's just trying to peel his fingers off of the crystal.
I walk up to him while he's trying to do so, and I want to help him do that. With my armored hands, I want to try and get his fingers off the crystal. Let's see how this plays out. And before I grab his hand, I just tell him, I'm going to help you try and open your hand. I am not going to take the crystal. I am going to help you remove it out of your hand. Do you understand me, Rikard?
Yes. Just get it off. Get it off.
I'm gonna try and help him.
As soon as you do, he smiles and stabs you with the crystal.
In my armor?
Yep.
And here we go.
So that's an 18?
I don't have my shield up, so even if I did, that would still hit.
So you take 6 damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. I might need you to help me with some of my stats right now, James, since my roll 20 character sheet doesn't want to come up.
I got you.
I'm about half health now. I know that for sure.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
have
react?
12 hit points. Right?
Well, what was
Are we
your-
not
what-
going to initiative?
Yeah, well, obviously, will you guys react? Jake, what was your con save?
I rolled a 12. I don't know what the rest of my stats say though.
You
Currently,
rolled a 12. I think you have a pretty good con.
yeah, it's I think it's my highest. I think after strength.
You see Hendrix pick up his katana. And while he's distracted with...
You have a +2, so unfortunately, that is a failed save. As you guys watch, you see the crystal sink into Jahaka's neck, and a piece of it actually breaks off and jams into the armor. And he's just like, leave me alone! And as you see him do that, he throws his arm, and his whole hand just slides off. And as he does this, you see the crystal just absorbs instantly. As soon as he slams it into Jahaka, the tip of it breaks off into Jahaka, and the crystal just immediately absorbs into his hand. And then he throws his arm like this, and his whole arm, like elbow down, just falls off. And he's like, "Ah!" Like from where it broke. And suddenly, just this massive tentacle just bursts out of his arm. And his tongue elongates, and a tentacle bursts out of his tongue. He's like, and a tentacle bursts off of his head. Everybody, roll initiative.
Good lord.
Yeah, delirium is not a joke.
I rolled a 13.
I got a 16 on my initiative.
Ten.
Sorry, we're gonna be super slow with this at the beginning, but we'll get faster.
Okay. Alright, cantrip time. I think I used both of my spell slots in the last battle. I do still have my one free cast of Hex.
Okay, Jahaka, what was yours?
I rolled a 13 with the dice.
Okay, Andrew. Let's roll a quick d20 for Andrew. Hendrix?
I got a 16.
Nikolai?
10.
Oof. Okay, it's not rolling for me. Are you guys seeing? There it is. Nice, we got a 22.
Wait, for the back?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Okay, so it looks like
The
Rikard
tentacle
is going
boys come
first.
first.
I love that we can, like, see.
Yeah, who's next? Okay, so this is gonna hurt, boys. I do like having this up, though. It's so much easier. Okay, so he is going to, he's just gonna go ahead and swing a tentacle attack.
Double 18s.
That is going to be 22 on you, Hendrix. That hits for sure. And you are taking 7 damage as you go flying back. I need a strength save from you real quick as he just boom, just hits you with his tentacle.
Strength?
Yep, and
Strength?
you take 7 damage and you go flying back potentially if you fail this. No, so you don't go flying back, but you take 7 damage.
How?
That's 9 damage.
7 damage?
Is that not right?
Sorry, say that again?
Is that not right? It says 9 damage on the roll.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to add his strength. So, yeah, you take 9 damage, Trev. So that hurts. Thankfully, he only has one attack.
Is Hendrix still awake?
So hold up.
What are you at?
Hold up.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm at 2 HP.
All right, Andrew. Andrew is going to stand up, and he goes to pull out his. He probably is like, "You disgusting bitch!" And he's gonna make me roll a wisdom save.
Vicious mockery.
Which is a 14. So I think that's actually succeeds. Okay, so next up is going to be, and he's going to take a couple steps back.
You disgusting bitch.
Hendrix, your turn.
Did I go flying back? Because I mean,
No, you made your strength save.
that put me at 2 HP.
No, you're right where you are.
Ah!
What do you do, buddy? I love Vicious Mockery,
Ooh.
honestly. It's so funny.
It is.
Hendrix just takes a couple steps back,
Uh-huh.
and as he's taking his slow steps back, he picks up his longsword,
Uh-huh.
and he kind of laughs.
Yeah, because this is funny.
No, like you just made him mad. He walks up, he steps back to the campfire. I want to like see if I can grab a stick that's like kind of lit on fire but not there.
Okay.
So can I?
Yeah.
I want to grab one.
Uh-huh.
And you see him pull out his long sword.
Mhm.
And he says, "Come at me." And that's my turn.
All right.
I do not feel like that.
Johaka, your turn, buddy.
First of all, how am I reacting to that crystal broken inside me right now? Other than me being hurt, how am I reacting to that crystal broken in me?
You just feel a little pain in your neck.
Or whatever pain would be for a creature such as I.
For sure. I mean, you still feel
I look
pain.
at every... Yeah, no, that's why I said as much pain as something like me can feel, at least. Probably more than I've ever felt since I've existed. Do I notice anything about the wound? Is it affecting my armor or anything? Or changing anything?
I will say, as you're like kind of freaking out and reaching for it, nothing's there. Besides a small little dent in your armor.
But I still feel everything.
Yeah.
I look at the rest of the group and I see the injuries and the panic that they're getting. The young one gaining manic glee. Is the tentacled Rikard, is he in line with the fire and me?
No. He's about 15 feet away from the fire. Pretty close to you, honestly.
How far from me?
Literally like 10 feet, 7 feet.
I think to myself, we're hurt. I scream to the rest of the group. I take a few steps back. I make sure I pull out my shield and my spear, my shield and my javelin, and I straight up exclaim, "This is a creature that can kill us effortlessly if we're uncareful. We might have to fight this. I'm no coward. None of us are. But whatever this material is, whatever it's done, its power is beyond us. It turned a weakened man."
Yeah. Run into the woods and cry.
Probably should wake up Aaron.
Yeah, you hear a scream right on cue. I'm awake. No one
Get
can
to the
sleep around
carriage.
you guys.
I was like,
Come
get
to
the
the
carriage
carriage."
ready. Get the carriage ready. Whatever this creature is now, it's beyond us. At that moment, I throw my spear right at it to try and pin it against the ground to keep the creature immobilized. I throw one of my javelins at it.
For sure, roll attack.
All right.
Nikolai, you are next.
Yeah, that was garbage. It was 5, 6, like a 9. Wait, so I can.
As you
I take that
launch
back.
your javelin,
More like a 7.
as you launch your javelin, you see the tentacle just reacts and grabs it and just, and he just snaps it right in half and throws it at you.
This creature is beyond us right now.
Chuck, is that your turn?
I start working my way towards the carriage with the rest of the group by keeping distance from the tentacled beast. And then I scream out what you see my dragon forge mouth open up wide and my eyes slightly glow. This creature is beyond us right now. We're not recovered. We're half awake. Half of us are already injured. And whatever that crystal did to me, this is power beyond us right now. Your friend is gone. Whatever this thing is, it's no longer exists. I actually do want to see the arm that his crystal fused with. Is that still on the ground? Is it like a crystal, a mutilated arm, a giant crystal? Like, what is it?
Yeah. As you look over, you see elbow down hand, and it's actually like open like a claw. It's like a clenched fist. It's just open, kind of next to the fire.
But is it still a crystal in it, or is it just a mutated arm, dead?
Right now, it's just a pale, purplish pale dead arm.
No crystal?
Nope.
I kick the arm into the fire to see as I work my way closer to the fire.
Okay, for sure. And I'll say that's probably going to be your turn.
Yes.
Okay. Nikolai?
I am going to
You guys haven't even
mind
damaged this thing
sliver.
yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna mind sliver, so he needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Strength, probably without intelligence.
He's not intelligent at all. Sorry, I have advantage on. I don't know why. No, so that's going to be an 11.
Okay, so that succeeds. So he's gonna take a d6 damage. You said plus modifier, right?
Yeah, always.
Okay, so d6 plus 4 for 9 damage, and then he's going to have a minus 1d4 on his next saving throw.
Perfect.
And then I'm also going to go ahead and use my bonus action to use my 1 free Hex Blood Hex.
Is Mind Sliver a leveled spell?
On him. No, Mind Sliver is a cantrip.
Okay, perfect.
So now he's hexed, so if I do an attack at him and he takes damage, then he takes an extra 1d6 necrotic damage, and also I get to choose one ability when I cast it. He has disadvantage on strength checks.
Very good, very nice. Is that the end of your turn?
I am going to step back behind the carriage. And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay, Aaron is going to stand up and shoot a crossbow at him. Crossbow. And direct hit, the arrow sinks into him, and you just see him look down as like purple blood sprays off, and and you just see he just like sucks the arrow into his body, and he actually starts getting bigger. Now he's about 7 feet tall. And it is the top of the round. It is the Delerium Dreg's turn. He is going to, you're going over! and he takes a step up, and he's just going to tentacle grab the ox, and he grabs the ox and just slams it right onto Jahaka and Hendrix. I need you guys to make a dex save for me.
Hold up.
And as he picks up the ox, it is still attached to the carriage, so all the leashes pull him and knock the carriage over.
That was a 7.
Smash!
Oh no.
5.
Okay.
Oh no.
You guys
no.
are taking some damage.
Dead.
Are you both dead?
I am.
This
I
might
told you we
hurt.
needed to run. I told you we had to run.
Yeah.
I'll be nice. So you guys take 6 damage.
Ops.
Hendrix is down.
So Jake's
I'm
at
down.
1.
That's 4 HP.
Am I, or am I unconscious?
You should be at 1 because you had 12 hit points and you took 5 earlier.
Okay. So you just see me dented and hurt, and I pick up, I grab Hendrix, and I'm like, I say with one thing, we need to run! No!
Not your turn, sir.
No, but I'm just screaming.
And I will say with that, he is going to start. He kind of takes a couple steps over, and you just see him with his regular hand, which now has claws and is pulsating this purple energy. He just snaps into the ox, and the ox is all. And he like digs his arm into the ox and just. And he's just. And he rips out intestines, and he just. And it is going to be Andrew's turn. Andrew is going to say, "Well, if you want to eat shit, that's your call." He's going to do another vicious mockery. So wisdom save, he succeeds, so he's going to go ahead and just take like a d6 of damage. So he only takes like 2 damage here, boys. Okay.
Vicious Mockery does no damage if it saves.
Oh, well, it's even worse then. I'm trying to be nice to you guys. All right, Hendrix, death save, buddy. It literally says death save on your character sheet.
I click death saves.
Yep. That is a success.
I do.
All right, Jahaka, your turn, bud.
I grab the unconscious Hendrix, and I start trying to rally as I'm slowly trying to move away from the giant monstrosity that just slammed an ox to us. I scream to the rest of the group, "This is beyond us! Run to the woods! We cannot fight this!"
Yes, go to the woods. Ah. He says this, he's like ripping off tentacles. Yeah.
And then I have 2 moves in this other than I continue to try and get with my can I still throw a javelin with Hendrix in my one of my arms?
I'm gonna say yes, but you have disadvantage.
All right, I guess I was like, fine. There's only one thing I can do. Everyone, listen! What I'm about to do is gonna buy us a moment, and if it doesn't work, we still have to run regardless. Forget the carriage, forget everything we need. This creature will rip us apart and devour whatever souls you may have. It's beyond us. Run! And then you just see me stand my ground holding Hendrix to the side as I still keep my distance. Whatever unholy beast you are, whatever mutation you have become and tainted this man, know that what I do now, I will rain upon you the wrath of what I was. As you see my eyes glow gold for that moment, and then you see my mouth open. As you just see me take what would look like an inhale, you hear like an almost vacuum-like sound. And then I just blast, do a breath blast of shredded fucking metal right at this goddamn monstrosity as much as I can.
This thing just screams out in terror as metal shards are ripping across his face, digging into his eye. His mouth opens as he's screaming. His jaw is getting lacerated and unhinges and actually starts falling off. His eye gets jabbed in his neck and everything. And he
And as I do the breath loss, go ahead.
And falls to the floor dead.
He does die.
He sure did.
And I grab the rest. I take the last of my movement with my one free hand. Because I guess that was technically a bonus action because of my breath thing. So I take the rest of the action.
I think that's your action,
it is an action
to use a breath weapon.
Is it, James? I think he might be right. All right. And I was like,
well, we're out of initiative now. What? Oh, this
yeah.
one. Like that?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about my other reaction, my dragon scales. That's what I'm thinking about, AJ. Not the breath blast. You're right.
It's okay. Holy shit! Rikard! No!
Whatever that was, that wasn't Rikard anymore. He was dead when that crystal consumed him.
I know.
There was something else inside of him. When I touched his mind, Rikard was not there. But there was a voice. It said it was waiting for us.
It said it was waiting for you.
Oh shit.
I'm so sorry that I brought this all upon you guys. Thank you for helping me when you could. It shouldn't have ended like this. I'm sorry. As you guys, sorry, Jake. As you look down, Rikard body begins to hiss, and a purple vapor begins to kind of wisp its way up as his body just disintegrates and melts into a dark puddle into the dirt.
I throw some flaming sticks on it to burn whatever's left, I guess.
All right.
What was this?
Holy
Aaron, I'm
shit.
afraid our journey just became much more difficult without the ox.
I've had the ox for so damn long. Why? Why is nothing ever easy? You're telling me.
Must be new in Barovia. I thought Andrew was the only one new to Barovia.
I'm not new here. It's just, can't I ever get a break? Just one break, just one time. That's all I'm asking for.
Should probably try to stabilize Hendrix.
Because we did get a short rest, James, does that mean I still have my lay on hands?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
All right, I cast it on Hendrix.
Okay, how much does he heal?
I believe that would be what is it?
5.
1 times my paladin levels. Excuse me, my paladin level times 5. Yeah, I'll give him all 5.
Okay, Hendrix, you are at 5 HP.
As he regains conscious, is he conscious?
Yeah, he's conscious.
I set him back down.
Conscious.
I set him back down on the ground when he regains consciousness.
That was very brave of you, young Hendrix, but foolish. You saw what he did to Von Graff, and still you charged in with a stick?
That creature.
But then they throw an ox at me. What else am I supposed to do?
Next time, as I pat him on the shoulder, next time dodge the ox.
I've got a walking piece of armor and a fire behind me. Where am I supposed to go? Am I
Aaron's
supposed
like,
to jump?
hey, he has a name! Right, buddy?
Bessie.
I just straight up. You just see my body. You just see me standing there, dented, crunched in a little bit, barely fucking standing on like 1 HP. And I just straight up say, that creature was beyond the rest of us. Out of game, James. The background music is loud right now. That's better. Thank you. Sorry, it felt like I had to scream for a little bit the last minute. But, and I just tell the rest of the group back in game. I was like, that creature was beyond any of us. I didn't think I'd be able to slay it with my breath. And that's the only shot I had. When I say it, when something like that almost takes half of me away in a single strike, this creature was beyond us. The fact that I killed it was nothing short of a miracle among the rest of us.
You guys
As
see
I'm-
Aaron. Go ahead.
As I walk over to them and start magically using prestidigitation to help clean the blood and gore off of them. And like you keep saying it's beyond us, but I didn't even get hurt. Andrew and I are fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
You hit behind the carrot, man.
Actually, as you guys look over, you don't see Andrew anywhere.
Andrew? Where has he gotten off to?
Ran into the woods.
Andrew!
This night is full of terrors, and now we've lost. Despite this small victory and the loss of life, we have lost a companion. We must find him before something else in this night takes him.
I hate the Svalich Woods. Here you go, big guy. And Aaron kind of reaches out a hand towards you, Jahaka, and he has a little red glass bottle in his hand. Drink this. If you drink, you can drink this, right? If you can't drink this, I can't really help you. You know.
Out of game, would this work for me, James?
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, I can try. You see me just open up my mouth, my armored draconic mouth, and I start drinking the fluid. What does it do?
You gain 10 HP. It's a potion.
Sweet. Awesome. I'm almost back to... You just see my armor start to the dents and cracks, and it start to rejuvenate and heal up, minus a little bit of denting here and there. Specifically, probably around where the crystal hit my neck.
At this point, Jake, I would need you to roll a d6 for me, please.
Oh, goodness.
Don't roll a 1.
Ramoga.
4.
Okay. Continue.
Oh, no.
Anything happen?
Nope.
Do I notice anything in that moment? Like something pushing or pulling towards my essence?
I would say you kind of a sense of anxiety fills you a little bit as you realize that you absorbed the crystal.
But I can't feel. Can I feel it? Like, is it like absorbed through my armor or on the inside? Like, or
You don't
is it
know.
like one with? And I'm like, We must find our ally. Otherwise, he may be lost to us in these woods.
You see Hendrix,
Is it?
Go ahead. Andrew.
Go ahead.
you see Hendrix like feel his ribs, and then he gets like a flashback from when he was like fighting the ghoul and like thrown into the wall, and just watches his friend get ripped apart as he's feeling his ribs. and he just has a gasp.
Are you okay there, big guy?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You guys are all really brave. I'm very glad I hired you to get me to Stonebridge, but now what? And he kind of just kicks his carriage.
Am I strong enough to move the carriage with the ox gone?
You can try.
I'll try.
Okay. What do you do?
I guess
They
lift
got
the.
tipped over.
Yeah, it's tipped
No,
over.
no, no. I try and lift it back up and see if I can pull it, kind of like the way one would pull a wheelbarrow in reverse, similar to the oxen, I suppose.
Okay, I will say, I'll be nice. Yeah, I would say, like, with your guys', if you guys all help out, you guys can flip the carriage over. And, go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
Oh,
No, just
All right.
Jahaka. Or athletics. Sorry, it'll actually be athletics.
I believe that's an 11 then.
You have a +5 to it.
I think that's like a +5 on top for my strength or on top of everything else.
You have a +5 to your athletics.
No, I think that's still it. I think that's more like a 10 actually. That is with it added. I already added it. Sorry, I was misinterpreting what you said.
Okay, it'll be hard for sure, but you think you could do it. Definitely
Yeah, but you
won't
could
be very fast.
No. And I just say to myself, I can do this, but I need to get stronger.
You understand now why there's not 2 horses but a ox, because this thing's pretty damn heavy.
well, there shouldn't be anything in it if that thing was just tipped.
It's like kind of like boxed in.
Oh, so it's like a box carriage.
Yeah,
Okay. The way you made it sound,
it's not a wagon; it's a carriage.
the way you made it sound was like it had like this open compartment in like the back.
There's on the back. There's like
It's
a entrance. It's a carriage. You know what a carriage looks like? So, what do you guys do?
I guess we fall. Go ahead.
We can't be wandering around the woods for the rest of the night. We have to. What time is it? Do we have any idea? It's just middle of the night.
Yeah, it's probably directly like midnight. As you look up, you notice that there are stars blinking up in the sky. You look at the moon, and it is a perfect crescent moon with a light aura around it. As you're looking up, Nikolai, go ahead and roll me a perception check at disadvantage. And as a matter of fact, if you guys all want to do this, that's fine. At disadvantage, please.
All right.
Disadvantage. Perception. Perception is whiz, right?
I'm rolling horribly today. I got like a 4.
I got 9
I got a 19.
with disadvantage.
Yeah, my first roll was a 22, and then my second was a 19.
Nice.
Damn.
As you guys look up the night
I got
sky,
5.
you think that it's a little past midnight. Unfortunately, you guys
I have to.
What?
I don't know about the rest of you, but I still need some rest. This has been.
Early sleep.
Yeah, how does anybody get the wink after all of this? I've just lost 5 of my closest friends. And my uncle over there should probably go make sure he's okay, actually. And he actually grabs Von Graff and kind of drags him closer to the fire and gets him all cozy and and just sits down next to him and folds his arms up on his knees and just kind of starts staring into the fire. Aaron, you can tell, is busily rifling through the carriage and just making sure everything's okay. What do you guys do?
Hendrix goes and like grabs the sleeping roll, and that like tentacle guy was sleeping in it, so he just tosses it into the fire. And then he goes.
What of Andrew?
What of Andrew? As you guys look over, you see Andrew's empty bedroll.
He decided to wander off in the woods, so he's on his own till morning.
I like to use my night vision to see if I can see anything, if I can see him or anything around the tree line outside the fire. If I can see anything watching us, or potentially if I see him.
You can roll perception or investigation, whichever one's higher.
All right.
For you, perception's a +1, investigation is a 0, so you just get a +1 to this.
I don't see shit. I'm rolling horribly today, dude. That was a natural fucking 1. I'm rolling horribly.
Yeah, you don't see shit, Jahaka.
Damn.
Anybody else? Is there any other
Nikolai's
roleplay
going to bed.
that you guys would like to do before we end the night?
Hendrix kind of walks off just a little bit. And you hear like sobbing from him.
If anybody got close enough to where Nikolai is huddled up with his bedroll, they might also notice that Nikolai is crying as he sits there and can't stop thinking about that voice in his head that he heard when he tried to touch the mind of Rikard.
Jahaka just stands by the fire, my eyes flashing the colors they have constantly. I guess my sentry rest is beginning to kick in a little bit after more of the night passes, realizing my body is finally starting to hit its limit. I comment that to any of our other guests that I need them to stay awake long enough to awaken the others in an hour or two. My body will shut itself down eventually for a short bit.
For sure. What do you do? Yeah, because you notice that you are beginning to need to sleep.
Or at least my body needs to stop. I don't sleep. That's the thing. I don't sleep.
None of you guys sleep. I get it, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, my body's shutting down, so I wake up the rogue. What's his name?
Endor? Oh, he's awake. He's just kind of staring into the fire.
It's like, and I straight up tell him, my body is running out of time. I've stayed up most of the night, but unfortunately, my form runs its course. I will be completely conscious to watch everything that happens, but my body will be unable to react and move. I need you to help watch over us and awaken the others if something were to happen. If we are to be attacked, moving me would be trying to move that carriage on its own.
I get it. I can keep watch. He kind of like looks you up and down. Sure. I can do it.
As I just stand there, I put my shield in hand and sword in the other, and almost like a oh god, like the arm, like how the knights are placed in palaces, sword and armor in hand. I put my halberd to the ground and my shield in between it, and with my eyes constantly kind of glowing dimmer and dimmer, I stay there like almost as if just I was an armor stood up there.
If everyone can please roll me a d6.
I really need to stop clicking that X.
3. I rolled a
Four.
3.
Just a D6?
Yep.
Oh.
The night passes on. It's a very, very long night. The sleep that you guys do find, you find yourselves waking up every once in a while and rolling over, and there'd be a rock on your side, so you roll over to the other side and fall back asleep. Eventually, the forest around you begins to get cold, and light breaks through the clouds. In the morning, the smell of cooking bacon awakens most of you. All of you, in fact, as Aaron has a frying pan camping on the campfire and is gleefully, he has a big fat piece of bacon hanging out of his mouth, and he's like cooking some bacon.
And starts taking a lead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Any sign of Andrew?
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him. Bacon?
Yes, please. Thank you.
I've made 2 pounds of pork belly, so hopefully this should be plenty for all of us. I really only have the bacon, but I could, I do have some other dried goods if that's what you want. I just figured bacon would be, a good start to the day.
No better way.
When Hendrix walks up, you guys, you know how, when someone looks after, crying? He's kind of red. He's got, you can see that he's been crying pretty much all night.
Here, have a couple pieces of bacon. It should cheer you up. You look like hell. Did you even sleep?
5.
Yeah. No one really sleeps good out here. That's why this journey sucks. But it's necessary, Yeah. So I will say, if you guys would like to continue on to Stonebridge, or do you have anything else to say?
Say goodbye to these fuckers that messed everything up.
Von Graff.
Good luck getting back to Valaki. Sorry you lost your man, but at least you've escaped with your lives.
I was actually thinking about that. We were told our whole lives that the people of Stonebridge Hollow are hollow. That's why it's called that. But that's not what I saw yet last night. You are not hollow at all. In fact, you all have soul. You all helped. I wish it could have ended differently, but what I saw last night, I would like to go with you to Stonebridge, if that's okay.
You've heard that we're hollow and soulless, and we've heard all in Valaki are nothing but Percy's dogs. Perhaps we can have a chance to prove each other wrong.
He kind of cocks an eyebrow at that. Yes, I guess everyone is...
Oh, he's like a dog.
Everyone has their own opinions on, everything. I'd be loved to be proven wrong. That's for sure.
I'd like to look around to see if I can see any tracks from Andrew on the ground now that it's light and easier to spot.
Go ahead and roll perception. So you get a +1.
You see Hendrix turn to the castle and he just flips off the castle.
You can't see the
Jesus
castle
Christ.
from here.
Can't.
Dude, I have rolled horrible this whole session. 3. I didn't get shit. I don't see shit.
I will actually say, Jahaka, that you do see some like indents in the grass. There's like 2 footprints heading away from the camp, but they disappear into the mist. You only see the 2, and where the 2 footprints were, it was kind of muddy, and so it left a little bit of an indentation. But other than that, that's all you see.
Wherever he was, his tracks are gone now.
Of course. No one lasts out here. Especially if
Strange man. Hopefully we'll meet him again.
Hopefully he'll still be a
Nice.
man.
Good insults, that one, right?
A wicked tongue indeed. And another elf in Barovia. I surely do hope he survives this awful forest.
Aren't we all?
Same goes for the rest of us.
Well, are you ready for your debut as an oxen? Or as an ox, Jahaka?
I just grunt as I lift up the carriage strenuously. You can see it is like, "Ugh," as much as I'm able, as I begin my slow walk.
Okay. Everyone go ahead and roll a d6 for me, please. Nice.
5.
5.
You guys have a pretty uneventful way through down the Svalich Woods. I will say you rolled okay, so 2 and 2 5s. Okay.
It's 12.
Okay, I got it. As you guys walk for about another 2 hours, and you guys know that you're getting very close to Stonebridge Hollow, suddenly the old Svalich Road kind of begins to really start snaking as you get closer and closer to Stonebridge Hollow. That's how you guys kind of know that you're almost there. As you guys are snaking down the old Svalich Road, the mist really begins to thicken up. So much, in fact, that after you make your way around a curve, there is just a wall of white before you. And the old Svalich Road goes right into the mist.
For someone like Hendrix and Nikolai, would we know that this is a normal thing that happens? Like the white wall?
Ask yourself.
Like the white mist?
I don't know, you tell me.
Well,
Do you think that's normal?
well, I mean, we live in Barovia, so probably, yeah. I'd say it's pretty normal.
Nikolai, you were going to say something?
Nikolai is going to, where the rest have paused, he's gonna, light up, or cast the light cantrip on his ring that he's wearing and just march straight into the fog.
I'm right behind him.
I'm pulling the carriage.
Okay. As you guys walk in to the mist, Suddenly, a small, a shape in the middle of the... This music's way too uppity. Oh, way too chill. 1 second. Here we go. Come on, where the fuck is it?
I don't want to hear no back.
There we go. There we go.
Find it in
There
the
it is.
song.
There it is. Okay. As you guys walk into the mist, a large shape in the fog begins to form before your eyes. The road underfoot gives way to soft grass and fallen pine needles below foot. What do you do?
Can I see what the shape is forming in front of us?
Right now, you can't. It's about, I don't know, 30, 40 feet away.
Something has happened.
Have we lost the road? Did we take a wrong turn?
No, it appears that we have been the ones to become lost.
Keep moving forward.
Lost how? We were just on the road a moment ago.
Keep going forward.
The nature of this land, it's changes. These mists, they change it for us.
Who goes there?
You get no response.
I reach out with my mind. If you said we're in 30 feet away, I want to try and telekinetically or telepathically reach out again.
No response.
Connected to something?
There's nothing alive in front of you.
Nothing alive? I guess I'll walk up to it. I got my light.
Nikolai, the pine needles underfoot crunch as you take a few steps, and the shape begins to coalesce before your eyes. It is a very large, metallic shape, very odd to your eyes. You've never seen anything like this. It's a large cylinder that seems to have fallen into the ground. The ground underneath it is all broken and dug up. It looks like this large cylinder, this large silver metallic cylinder crashed into the ground.
Are there any markings or words or anything?
As you approach, this weird shape looks like it has two large wings, again silver and metallic, and a weird looking tail that spikes up into a solid shape at the very end of it. This shape, one of the wings is broken off and a good 5-10 feet away from it, and the other one is up in the air. The body of the cylinder is scrunched and it actually has windows in the side of it, and what looks like to be some sort of opening in its side that is held together by two long metal, it looks like sticks to you, but what's weird is on that opening there are clearly stairs leading into the darkness. This cylinder shape it's very dark inside. All you see on the outside of the cylinder is I would say that there's like a blue stripe, faded, very faded, like almost like paint, that goes alongside of the tail of this weird object.
Out of game, did you just drop a fucking fighter jet into this game? What is this?
I
Your
know what
guys'
it is.
Your guys' characters would not know this, but yeah, the only way to describe this out of game is there's a fucking crashed plane right in front of you. So back in game.
Oh, I was wrong. I thought it was a dragon.
What
I'm
is
not gonna
this?
say what I thought it was.
What is this? Some sort of great metallic creature, Jahaka? What do you know of this?
I don't. It's some kind of tower. Perhaps it was given sentience or magic of flight. Maybe a dragon formed of metal. I don't know. Whatever this is, it's
It looks like some kind of swimming vehicle. It's a ship. That's what it is. It's a ship. I think.
A ship we're miles from the ocean. How could a ship make its way here? And a ship made of metal, as he smacks the side.
It's all gone.
Who heard of such foolish idea?
Hendrix walks inside,
You do?
like cautiously.
You guys see as Hendrix takes a couple steps up the stairs and pokes his head into the darkness. Hendrix, as you poke your head in, there are a bunch of busted up crates, wooden crates. There's nets draped over the crates. And you kind of look over to the right and down towards the tail, you can see that there's a small walkway with all of these crates, and it just kind of ends like storage. And when you look over to your left, you can see that there's these two thrones, one on either side. And as you look out, you can see that there is like a window, a glass paned broken window far off to your left.
Guys, come in here. Guys, you need to come in here now.
I'll follow him in with my light.
Okay, yep. When you guys enter these steps, it's just like I described. There's a bunch of boxes everywhere. All the boxes have like netting underneath it, and there's like a path leading down the length of this strange thing.
Can I see, is there any writing or anything that we recognize?
You do see some weird kind of calligraphy on some of the boxes, Nikolai, but it's in a strange language that you can't, you never speak in. You can't read the words.
I want to try to open one of the boxes.
Sure, you open one of the boxes. It is filled with like some kind of cloth, a very old cloth. You kind of just pick it up. It's dusty and moth-ridden and very old.
I want to open another box.
Same thing. You guys all watch as Hendrix just starts opening boxes.
I'll continue along the length of the vessel while he digs through boxes.
I'll look to see if I can find weapons or anything to add, increase my armor.
Nikolai, as you hear the sound of breaking wood behind you as your friends start opening boxes, you slowly make your way down the length of the vessel. Again, there's two thrones very far at the very end that sit facing away from you. There's broken glass that crunches underfoot as you approach. Once you get closer, there's these weird dials and levers on the far end. Do you continue?
Yeah, I'd like to approach the thrones.
As you approach, you kind of put your hand on the thrones, and they're very soft to the touch, cushioned. And you pull your way through, and you realize that there's a dead body on the left side.
What's the condition of it? Is it like a skeleton or?
It's a skeleton. It's slumped over. It has some kind of weird like headphone thing that is like covering his the ears, and wears like a light green kind of very faded shirt is the only way you can describe it, and some long pants. But this skeleton has been here for clearly a very long time.
What the hell is going on here?
I will say, when you are looking down at this, you notice a name tag on the chest of this skeleton.
Does it have any writing that I recognize?
You clearly make out the words, the letters EARHART.
Earhart. Earhart. I'm a strange person. With strange clothes. How can this... I don't understand.
As you're looking around, you can
How
see
could...
there's... Continue, I'm so sorry.
How could such a thing be here for so long and yet no one has seen it? Where are we? I'll head back toward the rest of them.
When you make your way back towards the end of the vessel, they have torn apart multiple boxes, clearly coming up empty-handed.
Not much up further, but a corpse wearing strange clothing.
So what do you guys do?
Well, we have a path. We should try and continue to follow it. Whatever this is, wherever we are now, it's different from where we were. So we must find out what I suppose, where we are now.
Okay, out again. Out
Real
again.
quick, out of game. My phone battery is getting low, and I don't have a charger.
It's okay, we're literally about to end.
It's
Okay.
huge. You brought in Amelia Earhart's plane to Barovia.
Yeah, now we know what happened to Amelia Earhart. Yeah, crashed in Barovia. I will say, just to end it real quick, as you guys are all standing in this weird vessel, the cold mist that surrounds you, nipping at the back of your necks, this weird feeling of displacement in the pit of your stomachs. As we zoom out, we see a mist-filled valley far down below. We zoom all the way across the land, across trees, hills, abandoned villages, 2 of them. The old Svalich Road, miles and miles and miles away, leads up to a gigantic castle, Castle Ravenloft. And standing in the window is a hooded figure holding a crystal ball. And in the crystal ball, you can see the shape of where you guys are standing and your 3 forms in this strange vessel. The figure looks down and pockets the crystal ball and slowly turns. And that is the end of our session.
What the hell?
Beautiful.
What in the hell? We got tentacle monsters and airplanes.
Welcome to Barovia.
Everything's unexpected.
Well, I guess